Are you guys ready?
I'm just kidding, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Tell me about how all of this started, or how you guys got the idea, you know, what brought you to open Deja Brew.
You want to start? I start? So we met in culinary school. We went to the Art Institute of San Diego. That's where we first met, both studying hospitality management. For our senior capstone, which is the last class we take as senior, we had to basically build a business plan from scratch, and we basically built Deja from scratch.
Yeah. Went from Bang Bang to Deja Brew Lounge.
It started as a project and then turned into a full on.
Yeah, we would always talk about it because we were together for like 3 years almost in school together. We would always do like our final projects together. We would always do our final projects together. Like we would always end up together in the same classes. You would always follow me around. We would always do the same thing. We were always like joking around, like, oh, like watch, eventually we're gonna open our own shop, like blah blah blah. But 3 years later, after graduating, we like reconnected. After working in the industry, we decided to open up our own shop. So yeah.
So now that you guys have it open, how do you feel about everything that you're doing? Does it feel like work? Does it?
Sort of. It feels
Yeah, like in a way it feels like work, but at the same time it feels like you're coming home in a way, because it's just so like familiar to us now, I guess. So yeah, it's a little bit of both. Definitely stressful though, but we're learning how to cope. So
what was the process like? You guys say it was tedious. Like, did it take a lot of effort? Did things align for you?
Definitely, had to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, it definitely was a learning process. I think you learn how to adapt to certain like scenarios and things that happen that we didn't expect. We had to learn how to like just deal with it and move forward. So.
There's only so many things you can learn prior, like beforehand to doing it yourself, until you actually get like the first-hand experience of like actually doing it. So I feel like we had an idea of what we're getting ourselves into, just not a whole idea if that makes any sense, because there are a lot of things like challenges we have to go through, especially with this establishment that we found. It's an older house, so converting it from a house into a coffee shop was a bit of so it was definitely a challenge. Yeah.
So what kept you motivated and like to keep going and not quit?
I want to say for both of us was going back to working for somebody else. I felt like what kept us like our head in the game was basically saying that this was for us and it wasn't for anybody else. At the end of the day, the only person that will benefit from it would be us. Yeah. So most definitely, I feel like we would have felt like failures if we had to, you know, drop the project or it going back to working for somebody else. Especially when we know that we know how to run a business, and doing it for other people wouldn't have been as beneficial.
So let's say for someone that wants to just like have an idea, whatever it may be, and they want to start their own business, or you know, say they want to open their own coffee shop, what would you like suggest, or like what value would you give them to if they're like coming into the process?
I would say do it, but beforehand, before you even start the whole process, I would talk to other people that have been in like that situation as well, or who would always like think about that as like an end goal and how they got to that point where they are right now.
Yeah, I think it just depends on your personality. Definitely, if it's your first business, I would recommend at least or finding a partner, because I feel like what I lacked, she picked up, and what she lacked, I picked up, and it was definitely us leaning on each other a lot more, and we got a lot closer just through this whole process, because the only person I can depend on would be her, and the only person she depends on would be me. And then you need someone who's as committed as you, because not only are you putting a lot of effort, but we both emptied our life savings into Deja. So I felt like
that's also a motivation too. And our parents helped us too. So I feel like, like we have to succeed or else like everything's basically like.
Yeah, and then coming from families of immigrants, it was more of a like we can do this and wanted to prove that it
is
like,
possible. Like if you put your like mind to it and like work hard, you can make it work.
Definitely,
That's good. So I kind of heard about your next plan that you're working on. Do you want to shine some light on that, and then kind of what pushed you to do that as well?
Well, essentially, before Deja, it was always our dream to open a restaurant. But before then, I felt like because we not necessarily knew how to run it, but wanted to start small. Wanted to
get our name out
crawl a little bit before we jumped or like ran with the idea. So we decided like a coffee shop would be like the initial start off and see if it was gonna succeed and if we had what it takes to open a restaurant. And I think this past 7 months we realized like it's been something that we can do, and we basically are essentially always around each other anyways. So again, like what I lack, she picks up, and what she lacks, I pick up, and we just can count on each other in that way. So look out for our restaurant.
Eventually coming soon.
So
do cocktails.
We'll watch this in a couple months, and then we'll see
maybe more years. A couple months is a little too soon.
In the near future, let's say that.
Yes,
Okay.
Definitely.
Good. Do you want to give us your names?
My name's Vinayak, and this is Miriam.
I'm Ayana.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cool.